I think the Pakistani government has gone mad. I remember the first time I thought that the Pakistani government has gone mad, I was convinced that they have gone mad when Imran Khan was Prime Minister of Pakistan, the same Imran Khan who's unfortunately missing right now. We don't know whether he's dead or alive. At that point of time, the Pakistani Foreign Ministry had issued a press statement against the Republic Media Network and me, and what the Pakistanis said sounded exactly like what the Vadra Congress said. So Vadra Congress and Pakistan, as usual, was sounding so similar. Both were abusing me. Congress and Pakistan issued statements and did press conferences on the Republic Media Network. I realized that day that there is no doubt they've gone mad. Ladies and gentlemen, the second time when I think that they have gone mad is when, and I don't mince my words, I don't believe in this rubbish thing called subtlety, sitting on the fence. Ladies and gentlemen, the second time when I think they've gone mad is when they issued a press statement yesterday against the Dhwajarohan ceremony at the Bhavya Ram Mandir. Prime Minister was there, RSS chief was there. It was a beautiful ceremony, and as I said yesterday, when the flag rose, our hearts swelled with pride, because this is not about a 22 feet long flag that has gone up on a 42 feet pole. It is about the moment. What that moment signifies is the resurgence of our civilization and our civilizational roots. The struggle of people who have fought for the Ram Mandir legally and won legally in the Supreme Court of India. A country where there is speculation that Asif Munir might have or intends to assassinate Imran Khan, where there is political instability, which is at war with Afghanistan, which is at war with itself, where Khyber Pakhtunkhwa wants to break out, where Balochistan wants to break out, where more than half the territory of this country is disputed, has no business talking about anything to do with India. Leave alone put a lament for the condition of Indian Muslims, which is why I decided that it is not only appropriate but necessary to get the real representatives of the Muslim community in our country, nationalist Muslims, well-spoken Muslims, and people who represent the rising, educated and assertive Indian citizen to come and call out these Pakistanis, ladies and gentlemen. And they will give a reality check to Pakistan on my program. But before that, I want to tell the Pakistanis, that is their government, to kindly shut up and not talk about our internal affairs for 5 reasons. The first reason why they should shut up about things is because at the time of independence, there were 21% minorities in Pakistan, and today it is 1.6%. They have carried out the biggest genocide of the Hindu population in the country. They have been killed, eliminated, forcibly converted, terrorized or made to leave. This is the reality. That's why Shehbaz Sharif and Munir should shut up. The second reason is because Muslims have held constitutional positions in India at every level. On the contrast that to the Muslim population in India. Muslims have held the position of President of India on multiple occasions, 3 times. Zakir Hussain, Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad, APJ Abdul Kalam, even Hamid Ansari served as Vice President for 10 years. S.Y. Qureshi was Chief Election Commissioner. Who are the Pakistanis to lecture us about how Muslims are doing in India? Thirdly, good or bad, something I disagree with, but the Waqf is the 3rd largest landowner in India. I want to ask today, what happened to the thousands and thousands of temples in Pakistan? Is it not true that under their successive fanatic governments, the temples of Pakistan have been destroyed and taken over? Can any Pakistani politician look me in the eye and say this is not true? Ladies and gentlemen, the Indian Constitution does not deny Muslims any right on the basis of religion. As I've successively said on my programs, if you look at the proportion of our social welfare schemes that go to members of the Muslim community, it far outnumbers their percentage in the population. If the population is around 15%, many of our social welfare schemes, the number of Muslims who are getting the advantage of that scheme goes up more than 30%. That should make the Pakistanis completely keep quiet. But most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, Muslim women in India are truly empowered. You can't do triple talaq. You cannot do nikah halala. Indian laws do not allow that. And ladies and gentlemen, by the grace of our law, very soon we'll have an uniform civil code where Muslims and Muslim women and men, but particularly women, will have equal rights in everything, everything. That is the greatness of Indian democracy.